Mario Party Advance is a strange game. It's one of those games that nobody really knows anything about other than it is a game in the series, and yes, it does exist. And I like to start with a bit of context. As a kid, hell, even now, I was in love with Mario Party. It has always been one of my favorite game franchises. Mario Party 2 and 3 specifically are my favorite Nintendo 64 games, even above stuff like Zelda and Mario 64. Of all the 64 games I own, those are the two I can always come back to. I assume many of you were like me growing up, where much of your time playing games was spent on a Nintendo handheld of some sort. This being the case, I desperately longed for some way to get my Mario Party fix on the go. Enter Mario Party Advance, the game to finally answer that craving, or so I thought. What I instead ended up getting was something much different. So what is up with this game? Why does nobody ever talk about it? And more importantly, is it any good? Hey, I'm SilokHawk, and today we'll be taking an in-depth look at Mario Party Advance, a video voted on and Patreon supported by people such as Victoria Mars, Abby Knutson, Rami Batter, and Anthony Combs. Thank you. Let's immediately get this right out of the way. Even among the many gimmicks and playstyles introduced into the series, Advance is like no other Mario Party game. If Mario Party is a spin-off series, then Mario Party Advance is a spin-off of the spin-off. It's an odd entry, and we see that the second the game is booted up. Other Mario Parties usually open up some hackneyed story about how Mario and Cass all got together, so they could all yell at each other about who should be the superstar. And then it's always resolved by Mario being like, I got it, we're playing a Mario Party. I don't know, seems a little rigged, but everyone else seems to be cool with it, so cool, I guess. However, in Mario Party Advance, they throw you straight in, asking you to make a passport. Literally, they ask for your name, your date of birth, your hobby, then ask you to comment on said hobby. Now it's asking for what my biggest dream is. What is your silliest secret? Here, I got a question for you. What the hell does any of this have to do with Mario Party? To my knowledge, none of this is ever referred to ever again outside of the multiplayer. After that privacy invading questionnaire, we are greeted to Toad. Oh god, we're greeted to Toad.
Welcome to Party World! Have fun with minigames and gadgets! Okay, let's party!
I know I'm supposed to feel bad or something, but I really don't care about Toad. Say goodbye to all your gadgets.
Whoa, this is bad! Go to Shroom City and try to collect all this stuff fast as scattered! Everyone is rooting for you with all their hearts! Good luck!
Good. By the way, that's pretty much all you get in the way of story. In short, it's basically an excuse to transition to the single-player mode, Shroom City. Shroom City is more or less the meat of the game. Mario Party Advance doesn't have any boards that can be played in multiplayer. Instead, what you get is a single giant board that you can play on your own. In mention to what I said earlier, Mario Party Advance is unlike any other Mario Party. In fact, I'm a bit hesitant to even regard it as a Mario Party. So, what is Shroom City then? Well, it works like this. Once you pick a character, out of a possible 4 mind you, making it the lowest character count in any Mario Party game, you are placed somewhere in Shroom City, depending on who you're playing as. Just like in the other games, you roll a die and move that many spaces on the board. However, unlike other Mario parties, you have a limited number of dice rolls. If you run out, you will get a game over and be sent back to start. To get more dice, you have to win minigames. You receive a chance to play a minigame every few turns, or whenever you land on the respective minigame space. With that established, if this isn't multiplayer, what do you even do on the board? Well, there's quests. Yeah, really. The goal of Shroom City is to go around the board completing various quests provided by the lovable cast of Mario characters. The types of quests range from playing minigames to talking to multiple characters to solve a crime. Doesn't really sound like Mario Party, huh? Yeah, and again, it really isn't. While Mario Party Advance may have not scratched my itch for a Mario Party on the go, it did scratch an itch for another type of game. That type of game being a more laid-back, casual experience. It's true, Advance is not quite as involved as your standard Mario Party affair, but what I really think makes the whole package work is the game's charm. You really do feel like you're learning more about this town and its inhabitants as you progress through the single player. It never gets all too deep. It is Mario after all, but I think that only lends to the more laid-back nature of the game. Advance has a great sense of humor, and for the most part, knows how ridiculous many of the quests are. There's so many good ones to talk about here, so please sit back and allow me to share some of my favorites with you. First up is Ice Stadium. We meet a snowman in the middle of a stadium practicing his master pitch, which, to be fair, when you're literally a snowman with a stick for a hand, that's probably the only thing you could even be decent at, so good for him for putting himself out there.
I'm Mr. Blizzard, ace pitcher, so what brings you to my frozen field?
I challenge you!
You're bold, kid, but I like you. Okay, I'll do it. But can you hit well? Give it a try. Just press the
A button.
Swing for the fences. I doubt you can do it.
Wait, what? Was that just a joke? You just have to hit one?
Well, not bad, but I wasn't really trying.
Okay, wow. You could have just left it at not bad, you colossal asshole. One of my favorite quests is the one where you have to find out who robbed the bank. And by favorite, I mean this is probably the dumbest thing to ever be put in the video game. The premise behind the quest is that there were 3 people inside the bank when the lights went out. And then when the lights went back on, all the coins were gone as well as the 3 customers. Sherlock Holmes over here suspects the culprit is one of the 3 customers that were in the bank. Though, if you ask me, if all 3 literally left as soon as the lights went on, I'd say they're all probably guilty. But we're off to question these individuals and see what we can find. It's a pretty lengthy quest, because you have to travel to all 3 of these characters so you can negotiate them. We go to our first suspect, Mr. I, who tells us he didn't see anything, but he did hear some coins jingling. I'm sorry, you heard some coins jingling? With what, your massive ears? Wait, that's right, you don't got any, because you're just a giant floating eyeball! That's it, I've seen enough. This is the guy. Okay, it's not actually him. Although it should have been. No one else you talk to really seems all that sketchy. So I thought I was kind of clever when I chose the eyeball for what he said. But nope. When I picked him, I was greeted to this. Something doesn't seem right here. Are you sure you've thought this out? What? So you couldn't solve the mystery? You'll just have to try again from the start? What? Are you kidding me? Yes, I had to go all the way around the board talking to all these guys again, just so they could tell me the same things. And you want to hear what the solution was? It was Paratroopa, because he said he saw the coins gleaming, but the power went out so he wouldn't be able to see them, I guess? Excuse me? What sense does that make? Are you telling me there was literally no other source of light in the bank that could have reflected off the coins? Have you ever heard of a f***ing window? Not only that, but wouldn't they be able to see once a criminal opened the door to leave? Granted, they do say beforehand the door didn't open and that's why they couldn't see the whole time. But if that's the case, how the hell did he even leave to begin with? In fact, how did anyone leave? Koopa straight up says everyone was gone once the lights came on. That's pretty balls. But oh, don't you worry, because it gets even better. Once you say you think it's Paratroopa, this happens. Yes, I've come to the same conclusion. Then why am I even here? Actually, forget that. How about this? Why did you make me go back and talk to all of them again if you already knew who the f it was?
What Paratroopa? He's my cousin. That's right, I stole the coins. I'm guilty.
Dude, what are you doing? Why would you plan this heist just to come back and be like, yup, it was me. I stole those coins. I just wanted to mess with him. It was just a joke. Sorry about that.
It's just a prank, bro.
Detective, could you let him go? He's always been a prankster.
This time he's gone too far.
He didn't mean it.
What do you mean he didn't mean it? Oh man, sorry for pulling out this planned heist. Just an accident, I swear. Switching gears, there's a lot of gambling in this game for whatever reason. And literally every gambler in this game is doing it for basically anything but to have fun. There's this owl that straight up tells you he's stuck in the casino because he's in so much debt. You know, for kids. There's also a large number of residents who just want you to help them with their love life, which is kind of creepy. This Goomba here is in love, and so he has you collect seashells at the beach so he can give them to this girl he likes. Then once you see his lover, it's literally just him with a bow. Kind of reminds me of... yeah, that. Now to think of it, every other person in this town is either hopelessly in love or has a gambling addiction. Sometimes both. We got this penguin here asking us for help, but what does he need help with? Gambling.
You see, I'm going to propose to my girl. I've been trying to win enough to buy a ring.
Oh, this is the sweetest.
But I'm doing badly. Actually, I'm broke.
Okay, whoa. Let's back it up here. First of all, I take back what I just said. Secondly, you need money for a ring, so you are gambling your money at a casino. Just get a job.
I lost everything. I can't marry her now.
Yeah, serves you right. What did you think was gonna happen? This is 100% your own fault, you blue bobblehead.
Not unless you can help me win back my money.
You terrible piece of trash. I can't believe you'd think I'd... okay, I'll do it.
Okay, listen. All you have to do is win.
Oh, wow, thanks. That is literally the worst advice I've ever received. What, do you think it's really gonna be that easy? Oh my god, it was totally that easy. How did you get broke playing this?
Yeehaw! You did it.
Wait, some kind of Texan now? Me and Penguin can get married now. Okay, whoa. Penguin? Penguin? Get it? Guess it's a penguin and her name is Gwen? Okay, I think we're done here. Shroom City is all about the quest, but as mentioned, to even get dice to move around the board, you need to play minigames. The minigames you play will cover most of your playtime in advance, and they're okay. The single player ones at least. I can't think of any I flat out hated, and there's even a few I think are a lot of fun. The weaker side of the selection comes in the form of dual minigames. Yes, while the main mode might only support a single player, there are still a handful of dual minigames you can play with a friend. Most of these are pretty bad. Like, they're almost comparable to the dual minigames in Mario Party 5. Okay, maybe they're not that bad. They're all pretty uninspired though. You got one where you mash buttons, you got another one where you mash buttons, you got one where you need to react as soon as possible, there's another one where you need to react as soon as possible. Really, the only one I can say I genuinely enjoyed was that shuffleboard minigame. There is something immensely satisfying about having a game not go your way, so then you just screw up everything for the both of you. Beyond the Shroom City board, there's a few extra modes like the Bowser Coaster thing, or the one where you have to play a bunch of minigames back to back. But other than that, the last thing to really cover is the gadgets, aka those things Toad makes you gather at the start of the game. Gadgets are more or less a collection of interactive toys. Anytime you complete a quest, you receive a new gadget. There's over 50 of these things to collect, all of which being pretty distinctively different from one another. There's this egg balancing one that makes me want to kill myself. There's this one where you watch a stick fall. There's some weird lip sync thing.
I wanna be the very best.
Colors weave into a spire of flame.
Country roads.
There's this Gameboy screen cleaner that doesn't make a whole lot of sense since it's just a game. You can decorate a cake or something. There's that lip syncer again.
West Virginia.
There's a fan. Like, just an animation of a fan. So overall, I say they're pretty good. Okay, jokes aside, as a kid, the gadgets were always a highlight. A lot of them are multiplayer, which is pretty cool. I remember my friends and I would play these things before school, such as a 4-player pinball, or the one where everyone takes turns cutting wires. None of the gadgets are all that great on their own, but as a collection of unlockables, they're one of the coolest parts of Mario Party Advance. That covers most of the content available in the game. And for my final retrospective on the game before we answer the question posed at the beginning of the video, I'd like to transition on the subject matter of content, especially taking into consideration this is a Game Boy Advance game. There is a lot of content here. Even if you know what you're doing, you're looking at 6 or so hours to unlock most of the content. Keep in mind, this was on a handheld where most games that weren't RPGs lasted a skilled player about an hour or so. Wario Land 4, for example, one of my all-time favorite GBA games. You can 100% that game in under 2 hours. All those Super Nintendo ports, most all of those are about an hour or so each. And I can tell you right now, as a kid, I definitely spent way more than 6 hours on this game. So replayability is definitely a strength. How about presentation? The graphics, for the most part, are pretty good. I say for the most part, because for one, it can be pretty lazy at times. There are multiple times during the Shroom City board where there'll be some guy that's all, "You must duel me now!" But then when the minigame starts, you're playing around a shuffleboard of Princess Peach. And it's like, okay, what the hell happened to that menacing piranha plant from earlier? Would it really kill them just to add a few sprites of piranha plant spitting out a shell or something? And secondly, some of the characters seem to be a bit off model. The portrait of Mario looks a bit off for whatever reason, and Tumble looks like he just had a concussion. Oh yeah, speaking of Tumble, I should probably mention Mario Party Advance is very heavy on fan service, which as a Mario Party fan, or hell, a Mario fan in general, I found that to be quite a treat. There's a lot of characters here that we've only seen in 1 or 2 games, so it's neat to see them return. Not just fan service in the graphics department either. Much of the music in Advance are tracks from Mario Parties 3 and 4. Take a listen. Obviously, there's a good deal of compression going on, but that's to be expected of the Game Boy. Really, the only Game Boy Advance game to make me forget about the sound limitations of the hardware was Mother 3. So Mario Party Advance sounds good, all things considered. Finally, we return to the question, is it any good? And for that one asshole who just clicked on a timestamp without wanting any explanation for said answer, yes, I did walk a hippopotamus to the store today. Okay, sorry, I just wanted to throw people off who skipped to this point in the video. The real answer is, it depends what you're looking for. If you want to play a portable Mario Party, then this is certainly not it, and I'd recommend Mario Party DS instead. The foundation of Mario Party Advance, completing small tasks and playing minigames time to time, is more similar to that of a game like Bomberman Land than it is Mario Party. Anyone play that one? That being said, if you just want to chill out with a Game Boy Advance game that has a lot of charm and a great sense of humor, and the label of Mario Party is superfluous to you, then I think I'd have to answer the question with, yes, I do think Mario Party Advance is a good game. game. It's certainly not great. Some of the minigames could have been a lot better, and more multiplayer content wouldn't hurt. This is supposed to be Mario Party after all. But if you don't have someone to play Mario Party with anyway, then Mario Party Advance is not a bad option. In fact, I'd argue the single player offering presented here is stronger than that of any other entry in the series. Because otherwise, if you're just going to play Mario Party, I would say you need at least 1 or 2 other players. It's just what those games are built for. Mario Party Advance, on the other hand, was not. And oddly enough, I think that design choice, in an unconventional way, actually paid off. If you're a bit younger and never grew up with the Game Boy Advance, or perhaps never really cared about Mario Party in general, I can't say this is really gonna blow you away. But if you're a huge fan of the series like me, then Mario Party Advance may just be worth your time. Hey, thank you so much for watching. I'd like to give a shout out to some of my patrons, such as Amanda Guth, Rami Batter, Silver Skeleton, Cashinator, Q, Victoria Mars, and Abby Knutson. Thank you all so much. And for everyone else, thank you for supporting this channel. There will be links to my Patreon and Twitter below, and until next time, have a good one.